This is the program that addresses issues concerning you as a Nigerian.
To interact with them.
But what happens afterwards?
I don't know what is delaying the deployment.
That is your role that you have to play.
Investigate each case.
I'd like to hear from some more people.
Talk your own. We the people.
Esther is a farmer, one of the many women in Bole community lucky enough to have been given land to cultivate in order to provide for herself and her children. She wasn't always a farmer.
When I was in Mubi, I don't know even how to farm. I only sell my chickens, buying some clothes, selling my provision because I don't have problem in Mubi. I even have some farmers that are in my family. But now I cannot make it.
With support from their host community, Esther and other IDPs like her have been given an opportunity to start afresh.
So I collected the farm. We farmed last year, we get food that we support so that this little money we get will pay children's school fees. Since in my life I've never carried water in my head, talk less of farm. Because of the condition, I just have to farm. My hand, look at it now. Since I started this farm, I cannot even do amala because of the hand. So we go to the farm every week. Sometimes when we trek, the distance we trek is always 20 kilometers with leg. And when we are coming, I will carry firewood, find some food, soup, when I will come and cook at home.
However, Esther still faces some challenges.
So how do you feel now, thinking about the life you had before and now?
The life I had before, it was very nice. But now, I'm in terrible life. No fertilizer. Look at my farm, I have finished. No atrazine, so that I will apply for the farm. No fertilizer. If you look at the leaves are good, but it's red because of lacking of water. Because the farm now is no more fertile. Let's use fertilizer.
Talk your own.
Talk your own.
Talk your own.
Whether displaced by herdsman attack, criminal clash, or insurgency, IDPs can be found all across Nigeria. It is indeed the government's responsibility to resettle them, but the host communities also have a role to play. Welcome to Talk Your Own, We the People, a program that addresses issues concerning you as a Nigerian. My name is Afiong Bassi, and today we are in Yola South local government area of Adamawa State, where Bole community is hosting IDPs that are living amongst them. And today, among the audience members are the IDPs in this community, as well as a couple of community members. You're welcome to the program. Thank you. And my other guests are the village head of Bole community, Chief Abdul Mumini Abubakar. And we have Abata here, who is Vice President, Public Affairs, American University of Nigeria, Yola. Okay, it's a bit windy here, and I hear that the farmland surrounding us are actually farmed by the IDPs living in this community. So I want to ask, how was life for you before the crisis?
Before I came here, I resigned from the appointment I was engaged. That was, I was working with Nigerian Bank for Commerce Industry. During the Obasanjo's regime of merger and acquisitions of banks, my bank happened to be one of the banks that have been merged with other banks to form Bank of Industry now. So since that time, I've been breeding cattle, farming in small scale anyway, because I've not been paid my entitlements fully. But still, with the little that I had was better before the incidents, before the insurgency.
Thank you. Let's hear from somebody behind.
Before I was doing my business, I was selling clothes, I was selling rice, I was breeding cows and sheep. I was selling all those things. I have money. I don't have problem of money. I left all my monies with people because it's around immediately after Salah Ramadan. I gave people these clothes. They took it. No, I didn't see them up to now. Most of them. This money is gone. My sheep, these people ate it all. They collected most of my properties during my mother's presence. They stay in our house for so long. All our things is gone. But now I am alive and I am healthy, but in case of money and business, no more money, no more nothing.
Okay, so let me hear from some more people. You want to tell us?
I am planning my farming. I have a small trade business using in my house. I used to take care with some sheep, cows, and chickens in my house.
How are you living with your family?
I am living peace. And every time you get like 10 people at my palace, we are enjoying it. But at the time these people come, in the early morning, 5:30, they come and burn all my house with my properties.
Thank you. Now, at this point, I'd like to ask the chief of this village, Abdulmumini Abubakar, why did your community decide to host these IDPs, Chief Abdulmumini?
I am a member of Adamawa Peace Initiatives.
Okay.
We host the university inside our community. Right from the beginning, when they started the insurgency at Borno and Yobe, then we identify we have IDPs. I informed the API that we have IDPs in our area. Then they brought relief materials. Then they air what they did to the wall. Therefore, from there, people started to understand there is IDPs here. Then started bringing their assistance, both governmental and non-governmental organizations.
So what you're saying is this is not the first IDPs you're helping in this community?
Actually.
Okay.
So from there, we know we have farmlands. That time we don't know the end of the insurgency. We don't know how long it will take. So then the relief materials that we are giving them cannot sustain the whole family, because some of them have 20, 15, above 20 families. The next assistance is to give them seeds, to provide them with farms, then give them seeds, then provide them with knowledge how to farm.
AUN, which is American University of Nigeria in Yola, they support your community to help this IDPs.
Yes, actually.
Okay, thank you. I need to talk with you again. How do you survive here? I know some of you have mentioned you've been given farmlands, but generally, how do you survive in this host community?
I did this rain season farming last year that has sustained me to dry season farming. AUN and the host community again helped me in dry season farming. I did all these onions, sweet pepper, and rest which I sold as I sustained me for little time. But I'm still managing. There's nothing apart from this.
Okay, let me hear from Hanatu.
Rayuwa na yanzu sai gona nake yi ba mu aiki. Mu je bole, mu je mu yi aiki, mu yi noma, mai gida na kuma bai da aiki. Ba mu da kome ga yara da yawa.
Okay, so have you received any kind of, other than the farm that's been given to you by the Bole community, have you received any support from government or any agency?
Babu. Mun tabbata mu samu taimako ba.
We have support from Red Cross. Red Cross give us rice, mass, and beans. All of that is the help we have now that is important is only from the Red Cross. Apart from the Red Cross, I have never get any help from anybody. Unless my sisters or brothers, sometimes they buy my queue, give me some rice, small thing from relatives that are living here.
So why are you not in the IDP camp?
By the time we come here, the camp was occupied and many diseases are affecting people. That's why we better go inside people and get where to manage ourselves. So we better go and stay on our feet than to go and stay on somebody's as a parasite. It's not good to put yourself weak to stay waiting for somebody to give you.
So where would you have preferred to stay? In IDP camp or in the community where you are at the moment?
Ina so zauna a cikin jama'a amma noma na fi so sosai.
Okay, thanks. I would like at this point to talk with Abata here. Usually we hear that people are given food, clothing, but you're giving them more than that. You're giving them skills. What prompted that?
Yeah, it is said that there is a famous Chinese proverb which says that if you teach a man how to catch fish, he will catch fish for life. But if you give him a fish, he will fend for his survival only once. So that is why when they have these skills to farm, skills to think, critical thinking, entrepreneurial skills, how to establish themselves so that they get hands-on training to be able to establish themselves by themselves, whoever they are. When they have these skills, they'll be able to utilize the skills on a sustainable basis, and the impact on the larger community will be greater and more sustainable.
Okay. Now, the farmlands you got, did you have to pay for it?
Last year we didn't pay for the land, but this year they said that we should give, after harvest, we should give one back for the land.
Okay, they said. Who said this?
Hakimi that give us the land said that we will give one back when we harvest.
Okay.
Only this year.
I see somebody shaking his head. Abubakar, you were shaking your head.
The reason why I shake my head is not the village head that say that we have to give one back. The in charge of the farm, I don't know either with the knowledge of the chief village head or the in charge of the farm who decide in his mind, I don't know.
Okay.
But we never make this agreement with village head.
Okay, so Chief Abdulmumini, you've heard. Is this supposed to be the usual thing? 1 year you farm it free and then the next year you have to give certain thing for the farmland?
No, actually I'm not aware of this new development, but it's traditionally. We provide them farmlands for the past 3 years. Possibly the owner of the land now may need something, but the arrangement is not with me. But traditionally, they used to give something if you farm, take an example like rice or maize, whatever. So you give a token amount of what you have farmed.
So you said traditionally is the usual regular thing?
Yes, it's usual.
Even with IDPs?
But we provide IDPs free farmlands.
So that means they are not supposed to pay or give anything for these farmlands?
They are not supposed to pay.
Is there a time limit for them to use the farmland at all?
Actually, if the person we give for the first time has left, if you are on the farm again, you are not the person we give the land. Definitely you follow the actual tradition.
But do you think they make so much from this farmland? Do you think they harvest so much from it?
Yes, actually most of them are now even part of us because they farm what to eat for year round.
So let me just find out. You're all farmers here. Can you tell me, give me an estimate of like how much harvest did you make last year?
Last year I harvested about 25 bags of maize and 20 bags of rice here.
Okay. But how big is your farmland?
It's just half of a hectare.
Half of a hectare?
Yes.
But you're not an IDP, but you actually make that much. Okay, let's hear from somebody else then. Let me hear. Abubakar, yes. How much do you make from your harvest? How much did you make last year?
Last year I get 3 bags of corn and 2.5 bags of beans in the farm that.
How big is your farmland?
Half of a plot.
Okay.
Yes,
let me hear. Esther, how much did you make from your farmland?
Ake shi dare akwai maganan da na nan kace baka taba ji ba. Ina maganan numan nan. Last year AUN sun taimake mu da gona, sun taimake mu da iri da fatanya. Mun yi numan nan mun samu, mun yi shi late amma duk da haka mun samu about 4 bags of maize. So this year da muka je za mu sake numa din. Sai mahakimi ne ko mai jimbulla? Yawa sai ya zo da ya zo this year ya ce to this year in mun yi harvest kowa zai cire. An yayi in wanda bai cire a cikin harvest da aka yi ba za a sake ba mu fili din ba sai dai mu nemi wani fili. Har an dan samu misunderstanding makwabcin mu ma wannan ya kwashe gona wannan ya kwashe ya ce ya ba da abu shi yasa ba za a sake ba wannan din ba. I get about 4 bags of maize.
Okay.
Last year I got maize 4 bags, and rice I get 8 bags. This is a small farm, but the bigger farm I expected to get about 18, 17, 18 or up to 20. But herdsmen have cleared all the farm, even a drop. I cannot get even some grains.
How much have you ever made since you got the farmland?
I got 8 bags of rice, 4 bags of maize.
That's the highest?
That's the highest.
Anybody has gotten higher than that? Has anybody got over 8 bags before? Nobody. Last year's harvest, did it make any difference at all in your life, in your family?
No.
Can she tell us what happened? What happened that she didn't get any harvest?
Na shuka masara da wake, to sai shanu sun zo sun cinye duka, ban samu komai ba.
Talk Your Own, We the People will be back shortly.
Talk your own. 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 Talk your own.
You're still watching Talk Your Own, We the People, and today we are in Bole community in Adamawa State to see how they are supporting IDPs living amongst them. One of the issues they raise is herdsmen getting into their lands, to spoil the crops. Is there something as a community head you can do about this?
Yes, actually we did something beginning from last year. As we had the headmen are destroying farms of IDPs, we called the leaders. We sat down with the ward heads, organized a vigilante which can control the headmen and the cattle. Actually, even in the night, if your cattle can pass through somebody's farm, then we have vigilantes that will take care of this area and handle the cattle. Then from there we have a committee of 5 people who can go and see the level of destruction. Then you must pay the owner of the farm.
Now, this is a community that you as a head, you have decided to help them. Do you think you're doing enough for them to help these IDPs?
Yes, actually, as His Royal Highness instruct us, the Lamid of Adamawa, to handle them with very good care, then I think I did the best.
Let me ask the IDPs. You heard him saying, the chief of the committee says he's done his best. Now, let's be quite honest here. Are there some things you feel that can be done more for you?
Okay, what I want to inform you that we dispersal people will not get even food to eat. So somebody need to eat before he will go to farm. They give us seeds and hoe, but no help of food. So you cannot go and farm with hunger.
But the essence of you farming is so that you can get food that you
Yes,
cook in
I
your
know
house.
they have helped us too much. We cannot explain our own gratitude to them, but we need government to help them, to support them, not the people who give us the farm. Let government help. Like tractor now, we not get money to plow the farm. We not get money to get manure for the maize. And this place is a sandy place. If we plant maize without manure, it cannot produce something better.
Okay.
What we need to be done for us, we want them to help us with fertilizer, with atrazine, or anything that will clear the this thing because not all of us know how to farm.
Abin da muke so a taimake mu ga su ga ruwa ya shiga mu gidaje duka kuma ga abincin mu duka babu kuma ba mu da kuɗi kuma ga abinci ya yi tsada kuma ga mu da yara ga kuɗin makaranta duka shine muke son akwai taimako a taimake mu da wani abu.
We need business support if it warrants.
Has farming, this farming you're doing now, has it made a difference at all in your life?
Ni ina nan tun da 2012 I hear in Yola when my father has died. The farm has helped us.
Tell me how. How has it helped you?
Because now the food has been increased. The price of food has been increased now. When we have worked with my brothers, last year we have got a 6 bag with my brothers. The 6 bag that we have got is the food that we are eating now.
Okay.
We did not buy a food to eat because for that farm that you have to do.
Okay, thank you. Now, one question for you before we round this off. IDPs all over Nigeria, would you advise them to wait for support from governments or agencies before you can start your life again?
We have to try our own possible best before government shall support us. If they shall not support us, we shall manage like that to the time that God will rise out among the people.
We are not going to wait for the support from the government. We are going to hustle. There is women at home. They have the money. Their husbands are rich. You can go and wash plate for them, wash clothes for them, and they will pay you. With that small amount, when you have it, you start to buy cooker, granules, and start to sell small things at home, and you will make it.
So, Chief, what kind of support do you think you need to help support these IDPs in your community better?
The problem is our river is preventing people to pass to the farms. We don't have bridge, so if bridge will construct here, definitely we will produce more food across the river. Then we will provide more farms to our IDPs. Some of them will be even be hosted because we will provide them with land to build their houses.
Finally, from Abba, what would you say to the government, to agencies and individuals in terms of supporting the IDPs? Practical things now.
Yeah, they should wake up from their slumber. I think the pace of response to the needs and challenges of the IDPs is so chameleonic, very slow. If other institutions do what we do, I think the challenges the IDPs are facing would have lessened tremendously. The University of Maiduguri is at the epicenter of the insurgency. I think it should do more than it has done to be able to take charge, to be able to take responsibility, to be able to really give help and assistance, to the IDPs. There are several other higher institutions in the region, in Yobe, in Gombe, in Taraba, all over the place, in Bauchi. I think we should be more proactive.
Will you return back to your homes?
When we are assured of security, full security, particularly myself, I wish to go back home.
Okay. Hanatu, do you want to go back home?
No.
Why?
I will go back home because my business will be normal at home. But here, I don't know anybody, I don't know anywhere.
Yes.
Why do you want to return home?
Abun da yasa ina son koma gida, ina son je in ci gaba da makaranta na ne.
Thank you very much for being a part of this program, Talk Your Own with the People. Most IDPs are displaced due to circumstances that could befall anyone. Let's support them to start life again as they wait for government to play its part, shall we? Until next time on Talk Your Own with the People. See you.
Talk your own. Talk your own. Talk your own.
Thanks for watching. Continue to talk your own online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Remember, for government to work, get involved. No sit down look. See you next week for another edition of
Talk Your Own We the people.
Talk Your Own has been made with funding from the UK Department for International Development.